Ooh, it's the 13th day of the 12th month. I need to have a coffee. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Can't see the numbers. It's fucking dark. 18, 15. Okay, last side. 13. What are we having today? I wonder. Don't you go. Right, let's put that down there. Up. Whatever that is. Okay, right. Oh dear. Right, so it's another Barista Creations. Bianco Forte for milk. What size are you? That's a mug size. I don't have anything that would fit that and milk. I've got milk though. I'm gonna have some cereal. Squarial. I already poured milk in my cereal. Hey. Fuck it. I'll just pair it with the cereal. Pair it with the cereal, you think? I don't. 390 millilitres is a very big mug. It's like a stein. It's not. Oh, don't you wake up. Don't you dare wake up, tiny girl. Like, not all my mugs fit them. Screw it. Put a dash in. I have this very big mug. It's got the handprints of my odd son, Jago, my friend's sin, who is delightful but a complete agent of chaos. Yeah. You haven't had much contact with Jago, Flicky D. And you're awake now, because I've been loud. I've been loud. Let's move this closer. Over here. Boop. Right, let's do this. We'll see how much there is. I might take a quick sip. Oh no. I should have it as intended, shouldn't I? If it's mug size and it's for milk, it's for a dash of milk, isn't it? That's got to be it. I think that's got to be it. Oh, I'm Benji. I don't know if I'm going to actually post it. We tried an episode this morning while it was 5 in the morning and the baby would only sleep on a person. And I tried to play some Final Fantasy 1 and I literally fell asleep. Which is a pretty bad result for Final Fantasy 1, isn't it? Really. Couldn't keep me awake. It's GBA version, if that matters. It's a really good version, it's really fun. It's a good one to dip in and out of. I think JRPGs on handheld systems in general, just brilliant. Yeah, it's a really good one to dip in and out of, but yeah, just playing it for I think I was in the lavatory place, and I was literally falling asleep and trying to think of things to say, things to talk about. And I've got loads to talk about. Well, I've got a big, ludicrous box of food that came from Nestle. That's something that you can talk about. Bloody hell. As well as sending me free coffee because Ashley works for Nespresso, Nestle send everybody a hamper of food. And it's really weird stuff. It's like gigantic tins of tomato and crackers and breadsticks and jam. And I got like 2 boxes of cereal out of it, which makes me feel like a right bellend for buying cereal yesterday. Right, let's try this without the milk. That's not a terrible smell. No, I can see why you need milk in that. Oh. I assume it's not a frothy one. I assume it's meant to be a Café Au Lait. dash of milk. Yeah, I've got a bit of a bite to it, which I assume is meant to come through alongside the milk. But it does mean I'm going to have to speed up because... There you go. That's fine, I guess. Not keen on coffee with milk. You know, it's like... I don't know. I was going to say it's like shoving something into your cola, but I do shove things into my cola, so... not cool alcohol things. I go, so it's not a good brand. It's not a good brand to pick. But for the sake of argument, I'm going to say Fanta. But I would go for Orange Tango and mix it 50-50 with Coca-Cola. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like a Spezi, something like that. It's something I drank in Germany at some point, and then I was like, oh great, this tastes like sweets, I'll have this on the regular. You only have to do 50-50 at different drinks. Right, you little angel. I don't know if I was going to say angel or alien there, but you stay away from my cereal. I don't know if it was on the recording or not, but nope. Okay, right. Just looked. There was a work thing, but no one had to worry about it. Oh, my coworker Helen's working really early in the morning. They won't thank her for it. Maybe she's on the school run this week, because she does make deals like that. What do you think? I was saying yesterday, you cheeky monkey, you grabbed my bowl full of shreddies, full of milk, poured it over me, had to change my trousers. By which I mean I just took off my trousers and wore a dressing gown all day because I work from home and who bloody cares. But yeah, you little monkey. Well, that is a cute jumper you're in. It is a cute jumper. You're looking adorable. You still feeling a bit tired? Still getting over your vaccinations? Now, of course, the vaccinations themselves aren't dangerous, are they? But in order for them to make your immune system do shit, your immune system is ever so slightly weakened because it's busy being like, oh, here's this. I'll make antibodies so that I know how to deal with it in the future. And I think in that little window of time, you got a cold from somewhere else. Because you are properly out of it the past few days. It doesn't like you. Someone who's been snuffly since they were born. Try this coffee. Yeah, I think that is better with milk. Only a little bit of milk. Yeah. Well, it is mug size to start with. There's not much room for the milk unless you've got like an alto-sized mug, which I do somewhere. In fact, I've got a mug somewhere which fits the big sharing carafe-sized pods that they do, which are awful. They're absolutely terrible. I think if I ever get another one, I think I'll under-extract it. But I did say I'd try it, and I did try it last year. Ashley's co-workers, your mummy's co-workers, were like, "Oh no, it's terrible. Don't." I'm like, "Well, just sneak me one. Just sneak me one." And yeah, I think I actually ended up getting a sleeve.
I think that's how I did it. I don't think I nicked one. I would have nicked one. I'm not against stealing. Well, I'm against stealing from individuals. Individuals are different from corporations. Corporations aren't people. Governments aren't people. Organizations aren't people. People are people. And, for example, breaking into someone, jumping over someone's side gate and nicking a bike which clearly has a child seat on, and then not being able to explain to the police why you are a 12-year-old riding on a bike twice as big as you with a child seat on it. I think that's probably bad. I think that's probably bad behaviour, yeah? Not that I'm going from personal experience or anything. That was when your big sister was littler. And we came out one morning and we couldn't go to swimming because both the bikes had been stolen by absolute dickheads. And then, like, we caught someone on one of the stolen bikes going past, and he's like, "Oh, I bought it off a kid for about 15 quid. Give me a minute, I'll go get my money back." And he rides off, and I'm like, "Oh well, never gonna see that bike again." He comes back. He said, "I've slapped the kid. Have your bike back." And we had our bike back. And then the other bike got recovered by the police. I mean, since I've come to Leeds, it's my only interaction with them because they don't come up this neighbourhood very often. But they recovered it from a different neighbourhood and saw my report. And we're like, what's on the bike seat? This. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the kids couldn't explain why they had what it was. Which, you know, I'm there and I'm like, personally, mate, I think there are better ways of doing your job than the way that your organisation does it. Although West Yorkshire aren't actually, well, they're certainly not perfect, but there is no police force, at least in the UK, well, perfect. But I do genuinely think these two guys were doing their best, you know. Well, that's the thing. It's not often that the police actually come through for someone. Normally, they're just there to be thugs, aren't they? And there are better ways of dealing with it. You know, I don't. It's awkward, obviously, because I actually come from a police family. That was like. That's what my dad did. It's what my mum did before she was a teacher because she didn't really want to do it anymore, and also she had me, and I may have fucked up her coccyx to a point where doing a beat would not have worked. Also, she worked in Vice, and that sounds absolutely wild for a woman in the late 70s and 80s. That sounds absolutely wild. They used to have to actually, like, because in the UK pornography was illegal, which is wild in itself. But it meant that they'd do a raid, they'd seize a load of evidence, and then they'd have to take shifts to watch everything so they could catalogue it. And, like, which really explains my mother's blasé attitude to pornography, and her main thing being, like, can you not watch porn when you're underage, because that's illegal. But otherwise, she's so blasé about it, because she's just like, yeah. And, like, there were some creepy fuckers in the station who were a bit too into it. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds absolutely dire. That sounds like a bad working environment. Kinda glad. Glad your granny didn't stay in that profession, honestly. It worked out okay for your granddad and for Pops, but I don't think British policing in the 90s would have been good for your granny. I don't think so. I think teaching history and teaching RE were much better for her. Yeah. Paid better too. Not by much. But yeah. Anyway, so there's that complicated history that I have. So you have to keep in mind that that is going to emotionally colour my view, whether I want it to or not. Because I do know people who have been in relatively high positions within a certain constabulary, which I don't think is really fair for me to name. But since I've already talked about where I grew up, you can probably put two and two together. Um, anyway, they're from relatively high positions in organisations which don't necessarily do the job that they should be intended for, and maybe should be replaced by better social services, better funded social services, and a whole bunch of other initiatives that would do a better job of sorting out the issues that the police is supposedly meant to combat. So keep in mind that I'm coming from a very complicated position here. I don't believe all cops are bastards, but I do believe a lot of them are. I also believe that it is a organization. Well, it's not a organization; it's a group of organizations which aren't necessarily fit for purpose. I think that there are some, occasionally, very clever people who work within those services that are trying their best, but they're up against a fucking shit situation. I can't be more specific because I don't think I'm allowed to be. Am I allowed to be? It's someone else's issue. It's not my issue. I'm not involved. But it wouldn't be fair, would it? No. Can't endanger someone, can you? It's not fair. No. Put it this way: there are nice people who work in law enforcement, but they're in amongst the big gang of bastards. And maybe they should do different jobs. But then again, if they went and did different jobs, it would be all 100% bastards, wouldn't it? Ugh. That's gotta suck. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. That's not good. Oh. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. Huh? Am I dead? I feel fine. Oh, I've got a smartwatch on. It's telling me I've got an abnormal heart rate. Okay, one sec. Let's take it off. What's going on there? How do I stop it? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's good, because I don't think I'm having a heart attack. I don't feel like I am. Oh, this would be so awkward if it turns out I was just like recording some bullshit about coffee while just talking about the police and I had a heart attack. That sounds like a pretty intense shit you're having there, little girlie. Don't change the settings on the watch. Oh, there's no safe place to put you. If you're having a poo, concentrate on your poo. Don't look at my watch. You're a right pain in the butt. Well, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. Leave it, you monkey. I heard that poo. I'm gonna have to change that in a bit, aren't I? Oh no. Oh, I finished that. Okay, so that was actually quite a nice Café Au Lait, I must admit. Oh, apparently I'm high stress. Oh dear. That's not good. Oi, leave it. Stop it. I know you enjoy it. I know you have fun seeing things that you can affect, and you are 100% going to be more of an issue when it comes to screens than your big sister is. A big sister gets bored after three goes on Mario Kart, and then goes, right, I'm going to go and wander off, do something else. This one is going to be glued to screens. I can tell. I love it dearly, but you're a bit of a butt. Anyway. My cereal's turned into soggy mush. It has. No worry, I'll change your bum in a bit. Oh, you can wait. You can wait. You can. You can. You've waited before. I'm a terrible parent. No point rushing. No point rushing. It's going to be all over your bum anyway. And you probably have more to do. I don't see a point in not waiting for 10 minutes. Because I'll change your bum, you'll have a clean nappy on, and then you'll just poo it straight away. Whereas now, I'll give you an opportunity to get all that out your system. Right. That Café Au Lait was actually really nice. It was really surprising. Not something I normally go for. But actually really nice. Oh, I've already used the example of first-person shooters, haven't I? What is something that's really surprising? Actually, it works. It's quite smooth. It does feel a bit jazzy. It feels a bit jazz bar. Although, do jazz bar people have black coffee? Because I have black coffee most of the time. Anyway, what are you doing? That's my face. That's my face. That's my face. That's my face. That's my face, little girlie. Right. I'm sure the people who normally listen to me for me nattering over video games would enjoy me nattering about the police playing with my daughter. Oh, big stop, big stand up. Yes. Anyway, this particular coffee, before I forget, I've just forgotten. Oh, balls. It wasn't a shooty bangman, was it? It was something else that was surprising and smooth. Not what I play normally. Ridge Racer Type 4! That's what it was! Ridge Racer Type 4. I don't normally play, like, regular, realistic car games. Although it is an arcadey one. And I did grow up on the likes of Sega Rally Championship. But, yeah, Ridge Racer Type 4. It's smooth. It's very pleasing. It's a very pleasing time. Yeah. Was that Bianco Forte was this one? I think this one was Bianco Forte. Yeah. Little... Get a big mug. You need a bit of extra space. Dash of milk. And yeah, Ridge Racer Type 4 in a cup. Not exactly an intense time, a lovely smooth time. With an amazing soundtrack. I'd edit in some music, but I wouldn't, but no. 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 I'll do edited versions of this. I think after Advent, what we'll do is we'll do like an actual big episode of all of them, all the actual like the best bits. It'll probably be really fucking long, but I'll actually edit it down, get the whole lot, edit them. What do you think? Does that sound good? Actually do an effort. Do an effort. Should we do an effort on this one? Should we do an effort on this one? Should we do an effort on this one? A Christmas / New Year's present for everybody. / what's it? Well, I know it's Hanukkah for Judaism, but I can't remember. There's another one. There's other ones around this time of year for more obscure things. I'm pretty sure there's a Sikh thing going on. Feels like there's always a Sikh or a Hindu thing going on. Or it might just be that the Indian subcontinent community of Leeds just always love a party. It just always seems like they've always got a party going on. Just always seems to be having a nice time. Oh, I should go to one of the Sikh temples at some point. We should go on a cultural exchange visit to a Sikh temple. And you know why? Because they have amazing food. They have amazing food. Well, brilliant. I mean, obviously I learnt about them at school, but my bud from one of my old jobs, Deepak, he put me onto it. He's so like a man who was a demonstration of how not necessarily to raise your kids, but also was very much a demonstration of a man who knew a lot about food and knew a lot about getting of introducing because we were a real mishmash. I was in fact the only ethnically English person basically on that whole floor. On that whole floor when I was doing repro in London. When I moved up to Leeds, it was a bit different because it was all Leeds people. And in fact, there it wasn't so much if you were from England or Nigeria or from Jamaica or from Kenya or India or Ghana. A lot of Ghanaian people as well. But yeah, no. When I moved to Leeds, it was more you're not from Yorkshire. Whereas in London, it was this amazingly multicultural experience. It was brilliant. But Deepak knew how to kind of sell everyone on like real Indian food as opposed to English Indian food, which is still really good. English Indian food is brilliant. You know, all the fame like well, a lot of world-renowned curries have their origins in England because it's the different. My understanding is that there are different ingredients that are available here, and if you take stuff over from Asia and then mix it with stuff that you can get more readily here, you can get some really cool stuff going. That's the understanding I have. If it's completely incorrect, I apologize because all my knowledge is secondhand, and and the BBC is always very proud of how we don't look down too much on the people who are shades darker than driven snow. But but seriously, like there's really good food to be found in the UK. I know it's a stereotype, but like when you hear Americans talk about British food, they talk about British food from the days of rationing, and they're being like, no one has had jellied eels in about 80 years. What's wrong with you? You know? Also, my understanding is that, like, southern, the seafood that southern people eat, because it's not actually, like, in the north, we don't go for that. We're too poor, and we don't, it's not. The south is really abundant in shellfish. So, Bill can tell you all about it. He used to work in a cockle house. Not a thing up north. Not a thing. Very much a thing down south. Yeah. I lived. Obviously, I grew up around a seasidey place because if you grew up in the UK and you didn't grow up a mountain, you grew up in a seasidey place because, let's be fair, the water's everywhere. Um, but yeah, the Wirral is more like a shrimp, prawns kind of place. You can get mussels, but that's more of a North Wales thing. Yeah, yeah, we go for lamb. Lots of cows and sheep where I grew up. Lots and lots of them. Well, we're just over the water from Wales, aren't we? Well, over the water or round the bend. Over the water or round the bend. Over the water or round the bend. We can go to Wales again. I need to learn Welsh. When you got people in your family who can just like slip into it, I think really you got to, haven't you? I'm not going to use it over here. For some reason, people in Yorkshire really hate the Welsh, and to me it just appears to be because they can't read the road signs, and you're there and it's like, well, I can't say that, but I know what it says because of context clues, mate. Context clues, matey. You can work it out. You can work out what it says because it says it in English directly above. Bloody hell. Yeah. I know people make a big deal about how like Scotland's a colony, but Scotland like initiated the union. You know, Scotland got a pretty good deal out of it. Wales actually were just taken over. Wales actually were subject to like a pretty severe genocide and a attempted erasure of their entire culture. Jones is a very common name in Wales. It's a very common surname. And it's a very common surname because it's not a Welsh name. You won't find a lot of Welsh surnames. God, we've gotten really serious, haven't we? We've gotten really serious. I need to actually get on with my work. I need to wipe your bottom. I gotta do your bum. I gotta do your bum. Because you haven't done a poo. Well, you've done a poo, but you haven't done a second poo. So I assume that's you done. So we'll change your bum. Right. Yeah, Ridge Racer Type 4. Bianco Forte. Really good. Cops aren't necessarily all bastards, but a majority of them are. Wales is really nice, as are a lot of the Welsh, I guess. It depends where you go. I don't remember. Have a lovely day.